single leg squat. Nice and simple. Take your time. Good. Drop back up. Good. Try again. Awesome. Now just squat down, squat up, and it's a normal squat. Now let's see what else. Sorry. My bad communication. Okay, so instead of doing this exercise, which has a number of different faults in it, right? But we all do. And she went on a good leg. Immediately when you say do a single leg squat, she went to her on the leg. Right? So now just try to do it. Good. Try again. Good. It's not too bad. We'll let the right and left stuff. Very good. So now what I'm going to do is say, let's take this squat. Let's make it a 3-level exercise. Okay, so stand on your left leg again. You're going to do what's called a drop squat. So all I want you to do is drop and stop, which is kind of a rehab exercise. I want you to keep your weight back into your heels. So when you stop, keep your weight back into your heels. Try and control your neutral, not let your knee dive in. Okay, good. All right, keep this hip engaged for me. There, no problem. Good. All right, stop. Full stop. Correct your posture, correct your core. So whatever corrections I would be giving her, she's going to make the corrections right down. She's going to squat back up. All right, so set your core again. Set. Find your posture. Keep this hip initiated forward for me slightly. Then forward, like that. There. No, come up, just forward. Rotate. There. All right, now hold that pattern. Drop and stop again. No, come back up. Drop it. Back into your heel. Drop. And reset. Now, reset yourself. Fix things that went wrong. And then squat back up. Right here on first. And now turn the wrist in. Good. Now, so hold your wrist into my hand. Good. And start pulling. Okay, pull. Keep the wrist coming. Take your hand, keep your shoulder down. That's it. And then wrist. Yeah, pull. Yeah, you got it. That's a good adjustment. That's it. Wrist. And lift. Up and away. You just kind of stay with her, forearm on forearm. But stable and strong. If you let this happen, this exercise doesn't really work. You're trying to come up as a unit. So I stand left leg in, right leg in between. So I'm kind of centered off on her body. Does that make sense? She's got a hold of the towel, nice and strong. So her job is to pack that shoulder, and she's going to assist me with the sit-up as much as she needs to assist, okay? So her sit-up helps me. Does that make sense? Okay, so I start to pull, she starts to do a sit-up, and then she pulls me down gently, and I resist her. I start to pull, she starts to sit up, and then she pulls me down. All right? So again, these all look like easy exercises because we've executed them over and over and over, but it's really difficult to do well and communicate the key components to that exercise. One is that person on the bottom's got to pack the shoulder in tight, feel the strain come through that chain, and then gently start to do a sit-up to aid in the pull. So again, you got to work together a little bit. Okay? An easier version of this exercise that tends to get figured out a lot quicker is just a straight pulling. Come on up. It's just a straight back and forth pull. So you just stand in split squat or squat position. She pulls, I resist, I pull, she resists. A really hard version of this exercise is called own the bone, which means that she's going to try and rip this thing out of my hand like a mad dog on rabies. Let's go. She's going to try and pull on it. She's doubled up, but that's still no match. Either way, I've done this time against 300-pound linemen, so. Sometimes with really big, sweaty men, you're going to want this towel over the knees just so your elbows aren't slipping all over the place, and just for pure hygiene purposes, not a bad idea. And we'll just treat her like she's one of them. Okay, so the towel goes over the knees like this. And this is called the reverse pec deck. The reverse pec deck is coming out of the person on top. So this is work both front and back, okay? So this person's doing a crunch. So what she's going to do is her hands are going to be back here, elbows are going to be tucked in, they can be forward onto the temples like so. She's in full extension position, feet are on the ground. This is this warm-up exercise we did, kind of, right? This is what we did, that very first thing we did today. My forearm goes against her elbows and against her knees. Now she's going to use her abs, so she's going to set first, which she didn't do. She's going to draw her belly button up and in. She's going to set her posture, and then she's going to pull in. And then I'm going to engage my shoulders down and pull her open. She pulls me up with resistance, cooperatively, and I pull her down. Now, two things can go wrong here. One is this, okay? They don't use their knees, they'll just use their arms. Everybody here is going to initially want to pull with their upper body because we're very upper body dominant when it comes to our fitness, okay? So pull, especially the gentlemen, pull. She's very even, which is awesome, because I probably yelled at her a lot. And then I'm going to pull her back down nice and strong, okay? And that's cooperation. Now, if I get up, pull up hard, if she locks in up here and blocks, I can't get her open. But if I do this to her, she comes up, I meet her before she gets settled, and then pull her back down, no problem. But you want to make sure they understand it's a two-way street here, and you don't want to have too much tension, and you don't want to have too much plucking going on. You don't want to rip open the abdominal neurosis, aponeurosis. So keep it control and with spinal posture all the time, okay? All right, try it. This is not as easy as it looks. Again, all kind of 2 foot wide knees, hip width, okay? So what that means, it should be wide feet, as a matter of fact. I said wide knees there. Notice that my knees and thighs are parallel to one another. I'm lying down with my heels between 6 to 9 inches away from my bum, and I walk my feet out sideways so I can stretch the deep external rotator for the hip. This is usually not good, even though it's more stretch of the hip. It's usually bad on the knees because they're not relative to the foot too far apart. So here, you bridge up, you don't let any gap for a small ball, like those trigger point release balls. It's really good in between you use it in the right gap position. So you can do things like this with your hands, drive your shoulders down the back. But the focus is just to make sure the thighs come up and the feet are walking farther and farther apart, so that you're increasing the stretch through the hip. So you're getting these deep external rotators of the hip. If there's knee pain felt or an ACL repair, this would probably not be a great exercise. Okay? But generally speaking, this is just one of those really good things that will protect your adductors for all those gains and exercise sports, because we tend to get really stiff over the glutes. Okay? And I'll probably identify with a couple of you guys in a second. Alright, do you guys familiar with kettlebells? Okay? One of the exercises in the kettlebell world, I don't know what it's called, crane, I call it. It might be windmills, or windmill or crane. Anybody? No? Anyway. I call it crane. But what it is, it looks like this. So this is another one of these side torso muscles. So instead of this split heel side bend, another option for that, it's crane. It's a really good functional strength exercise too if you're holding a dumbbell. One foot turns out fully, other foot turns in by about 45 degrees or halfway. You sit your weight back into your hips and keep your torso parallel to the wall. Okay, like so. From this position, this hand straight up, like it's going to hold on to it. Now really pack the shoulder into that pack position. This hand goes down the inner thigh, and then just simply slides down without rounding out of the back. Okay, so you may notice people will go down really solidly on one side, and then when they go to the other side, they'll have a restriction in the hips or the back or the glutes. And when they try and go down, they'll naturally side bend to it, as opposed to releasing through the glutes and the lower back and keeping a flat posture through the torso. That's a crane. That's a really good functional adductor, hamstring, range of motion exercise that requires some side torso stability. So that's another option for kneeling side kicking part of the